Hello everyone, welcome to Ocean Cafe. Now, in this lesson, we are going to solve commonly asked questions on set and Venn diagram. So you should have some basic knowledge on set notation and simple shading. If you are still unsure, do check out the previous videos that I have created. You can check out the links in the description below. So in this question, it is taken from GCE specimen paper question 22. So let's begin. So as always in a question, right, the first thing that we look out for is the universal set. Now this is important because the rest of the set, right, must take reference from this universal set. So based on this definition, right, I'm able to list out all the elements in this universal set. Yeah, so once with this, so you can see 15 is not included, so it's all the way from 16 till 25. Yeah, now so what I'll do next is I'll look at set A. Set A is prime number, so it simply means that within this set, this universal set, I need to identify which are the prime numbers. So I can simply look at it. 16 is not prime, so I move on. Is 17 a prime? Yes. Then the next prime number is 19, followed by 23. So with this, I list out all the elements, and this is what I have for set A. Now, then what I want to do is I want to list up all the elements in set B. So set B is defined as multiples of 5. So with multiples of 5, so based on this list here, which are the numbers that are multiple of 5? So I know that I have 20 and I know that I have 25. So I will list it down. Yeah, so once I list it down already, then I am ready to move on to part 2, because part 2, the question asks for A union B bracket complement. So before we get to find the complement of the set A union B, I will need to know what are the elements in A union B. So A union B, that means all the elements that is in set A or in set B. So by looking at this, what are the elements in set A is 17, 19, and 23. And then in set B, it is 20 and 25. So knowing this, right, what I need to do is I list out all the elements in A or in B. So this will be the elements that I have. And now I want it to have a complement. So complement, that means all the other elements that is not inside A union B. So which are the elements? So I need to take reference again from the universal set. So basically, whatever that is not in A union B, I will have to include it. So therefore, I'll look at 16. 16 is not in, so I should include 16. 18, it is also not in A union B. And then I also have 21 not in A union B, 22 and 24 as well. So therefore, by doing this, I am ready to write down all the elements in the set A union B complement. So based on this is easily done. So but what is important is you need to know what are the elements in the universal set. Okay, so let's move on to part B of the question. So for these questions here is completely different from part A, is not related at all. So we have a new universal set which are labeled from 1 to 12. So you notice all the elements are already, labeled in the Venn diagram, right? Set P and Q. Yeah, so what it is important is for this question, you will need to know all the symbols, right? All the notation given here. Yeah, so let's go through each of them. So with this, let's look at the first one on the left. So it means number of elements in set P. So the number of elements in set P, what we have here is we look at the set P over here. So that means I have 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. So do a count here. Total, there are 6 elements. So therefore, I know that this one is not true. So this is not correct. Okay. Now let's move on to the second one. Yeah. On the right. So now it's a P union Q. So this stands for union. So union simply means the elements in P or in Q. So if P or in Q, that means I will have to include 1 and 3 as well. But if you take a look at the set being defined, right, it's only labeled from 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12. So 1 and 3 are being excluded. So that means this one, it is also not true. Yeah. So with this, we move on to the next one on the right, which is P complement. And this symbol stands for is a proper subset. A proper subset simply means that P complement must be a smaller set of Q. So now let's take a look at P complement. So where is P complement? P complement, it is actually those elements that is outside of P. So which means include 1, 3, and I should also include 5, 7, 9, and 11. But let's take a look at the set Q. But what is set Q? Set Q is this set here. So is it true that P complement is a proper subset of Q? No, if it is a proper subset of Q, that means that all the elements in P complement must be inside set Q as well. So therefore, in this case, this is again not true. Yeah, so let's move on to the next one. All right, so this simply means that, all right, this element, all right, so this is simply means not an element. So we see the other symbol like an inverted U, so it's a letter N, look like an N. So this actually simply stands for intersection. So intersection is simply means that it is a common element between the two sets. Yeah, so let's go through the one on the left. So let's look at P intersect Q. So where is P intersect Q? So P intersect Q, that means within the two sets P and Q, right? That means the common element between P and Q. So the common element between P and Q, all right, it is actually this particular region here. All right, this is the one that's given you P intersect Q. So let's take a look. Is 11 one of this element? So I see that, hey, 11, it is not in here. 11, it is actually outside of the set. So therefore, I know that this one is true. Okay, so let's look at the next one. All right, the last one, let's go through the set. So it's P complement intersect Q. So where is the P complement intersect Q? So P complement, that means is everything, all the elements outside of P. So if I'm going to take a look, right, so which means I am actually looking at all these element P complement, that is everything outside, all right, which is here, all right, P complement that is outside here, including this region as well. So these are P, right, this region is P complement, and then intersect Q. So intersect Q, that means the region that is coincide together with Q. So that means it's including this and this as well. Yeah. So but when you take a look at this, these elements, right, described inside this set, right, you notice that 1 and 3 are being excluded in this set. So which means with this, I also know that this one is not true. Yeah, so based on this, all right, early on we have already found out that the answer is actually this one. All right, 11 is not element of P intersect Q. So we are supposed to underline, so therefore we will need to underline this answer. So 11 is not an element in P intersect Q. Okay, let's move on to next part of the question. So over here, you are supposed to write down the value of this set, all right, the number of elements in this set here. So before we actually able to find out what is the number, we must first be able to do the shading. Yeah, so we need to know exactly where is this region. Yeah, so to do that, let's do the shading. So to do the shading, so what we do is we always go from the left to right. So the first one that we need to identify will be P intersect Q. So where is P intersect Q? So P intersect Q, it is actually this region here. So I shade. All right, so I do have P intersect Q. Now then the next one that we need to know is this, which is Q complement. So where is where is Q complement? Q complement, that means it's all the region that is outside of Q. So that means if I'm going to shade, right, that means everywhere else outside of Q. So that means I will get this region over here. Okay, so then what I need to look at now will be the symbol. So this symbol here stands for union. So union, that means it's everything, all right, everything in the yellow region, or it is also in the blue region. So which means is union. Union, that means I include everything that I see here. So if I see everything that I see here, so how many are there? So I will just do a count. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So therefore, what is the number? The answer is 10. Okay, so let's move on. It is a similar approach. So again, we are expected to write down the number of elements in this set. So let's do some shading first. All right, so we want to find out where is the region. So to do the shading, what I want to do now is I want to shade, all right, the region from left to the right. So the first one is P union Q. So where is P union Q? So P union Q, let me shade the region. So I have it here. So this is P union Q. Then I move on to the next one, which is P intersect Q complement. So P intersect Q, which is the one in the center here, the common element between P and Q. But now because of this complement, so that means it's everything outside of this region. So that means it will be everything outside here. So when I shade, this will be the region that is P intersect Q complement. Now, then what is expected of us is this symbol here, this notation is intersection. So intersection stands for the common element. Right? So the common element between the region, the yellow region and the blue region. So the common element, so that means I should be looking at the overlapping region. So the overlapping region is simply, all right, those region that is contain yellow and blue. So which means I have is 10, and I have here 1 and 3. So total, how many are there? So total, there are 3 elements. So therefore, my answer here is there are 3 elements in this set. Yeah. So hopefully, this will give you a better idea. So questions like this, you are expected to apply some shading, right, before you can find out the number of elements. So I hope you find this lesson useful. So if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so, and please like my video. I will see you in my next lesson. Bye.